morning, Flosstube. This is Flosstube number 10 from Allegro Stitches. My name is Amy Clarissa, and today is June 30th, 2021. I have more to show you than I thought I did. I always make a list of things to make sure I cover, and if I put plans on there, maybe I'd remember that too, but it always has whips and ATCs, definitely, for sure, and sometimes a little bit of craft collection or stitchy kindness or giveaway or something like that. And when I started writing my list, it's longer than I expected, so that's kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and show you my whips first. We did have a good week of VBS. It can be very, very busy, so I don't know whether it affected my stitching negatively or positively, but I did get more stitching than I had planned because I could stitch during the main activities in VBS. I was only doing the music, so, you know, intro stuff, singing the 4 songs that they had, exit music when they re-entered, entrance music, exit music, song music. Like, I had a big break in the middle there for like a good hour, sometimes more, and so I got to stitch Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then I did my ATC in the evening still, so it was kind of extra stitchy time, even though I was super busy. And I did put stuff in the shop, but not like a ton of stuff. I'm still adding things. I put a flamingo bag in this morning. There's a new cat theater bag. Frady cats. I forget the actual title of the fabric. It's really popular. I've done it before, both in the ABC bags and the kitted up size. And they always sell really well. So I will make that till I run out of the fabric. So one of those is in the shop. The paw print fabric I'm going to have to replace soon because I am almost out of that fabric. But that exterior fabric, when I run out, I run out. But if you want something specific, message me. I'll make sure I get that made for you. Yeah. I don't remember if I put needle minders in or anything else. I think maybe a couple kitted up pouches. Anyway, there's not going to be an actual shop update today. I'm going to go to whips and then ATCs, and then we'll see some mail call, we'll call it today, because it could have a lot of names. So on Wednesday at VBS, I worked on All American chart. I pulled the chart. Here it is right here. This is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I'm doing it on 10 count. Oh, Betty told me what fabric color this is. It was in the comments from last week if you need it right away. Otherwise, I'll write it down for next week. And it's by Lori Holtz from Fat Quarter Shop. And that's where I am. So I added like all of this. I also bought some more of the 321. I'm using all DMCs. And I'm doing the red and 321 instead of, I think it was Louisiana hot sauce. It's right here in front of my face. Yeah, Louisiana hot sauce. And when I looked up a conversion, it was somewhere between 349 and 321, and I like 321 better. It's not so orangey, so I'm just doing it all in 321, but it uses a lot of floss. So I did pick up a couple more skeins of that. Making really good progress. This is going to be so cool. And I plan to work on this on Saturday at our 4th of July party. So hopefully we'll see some more progress next week. That's not going to be done for 4th of July, but it's okay. It's not like it would have been fully finished by then anyway to use as a pillow. Whatever. So I actually stitched on that Wednesday and Thursday, I think. I wasn't super good about writing things down this week, but I think I worked on it Wednesday and Thursday. Either or, maybe both. I know on Friday, Little Lion Stitchery did a little, it's not a Zoom sal, a live sal, I guess, for Mirabilia's or Nora Corbett's. And I have one that I started on my first stitching anniversary, which, you know, seemed like the thing to do. I've only worked on her a few times. This is Fairy Roses. I only have a few Miras, including Nora's. And this was not a tiny one to start with. She is 211 by 282. I know. But look at all the color blocks. I mean, we've got pinks, yellow, yellow, blue, blue, and yeah, a couple shades of green, I almost picked a brown fabric to stitch her on. But then I went with this lovely blue. I dyed both of them. I'm pretty sure this is a Joann's linen because, like I said, it was my first stitching anniversary and I'd only discovered so much. So you didn't see a before. I don't even know if I have a picture of before, and I didn't think about that until it was too late. So I added this blue down here and this green up here because I was getting a little tired of the blue colors. So I started her in the middle because, you know, that's what I thought you were supposed to do at that point. And stitched out on either side so she was balanced, and then just kind of forgot the balance thing on Friday, and I stitched here and here. Not all during the 1 hour Zoom. Not Zoom. It's on Facebook. I can link her group. It was just us, and it was lovely, but we would also enjoy having more people. So I did this part during that first hour on Facebook. Facebook Live? Is that what you're supposed to call it? I don't know. Whatever. And then I did this that evening. Or Saturday. I don't remember what I did. Oh wait, yes, I do remember what I did Saturday. Because I finished it Sunday. Which means I must have started it at some point. And I started it the day before. I remember starting it the day before. This is, oh, I left it on the printer. Danny, you want to run and get Mommy's paper off the printer, please? It's the Dogs of Disney Sal by Abby Sue Designs. It's a Facebook group. I'm in Facebook only for the groups. And it's a free sale at the moment. It's not always going to be free, but right now it is. She's releasing one dog on Wednesdays, one dog on Mondays, one dog on Fridays. And there's 20 dogs, so 2 a week for 10 weeks. And the first dog was Stitch. I'm not doing Stitch. I'm doing the realistic dogs. Second dog was Lady, and she's got a couple of weird like black lines here because I measured 2 inches and 2 inches, and then I was like, stitch her here. So that's what I did. I just need to add her name down here, and I'm going to pick a font that looks very ladylike, and I'm thinking very like scrolly and swoopy, and I can't think of the right word right now, but you know, like a super elegant text for under her. And then I'll just move over. Tramp was dog number 3, so here we go. I have to decide. I went ahead and left a good border because I'm not sure how much I want to show. These are going to be stitched individually, like as little rectangles, and then stashed and turned into a doll quilt. So I have to like decide how much I want to show, and then add the seam allowance in for sewing, and then I'll know where to put Tramp and probably stitch them down. I need 16 dogs. After Tramp was Percy from Pocahontas, and then Dante from Coco, and he's charted in rainbow. I'm not doing rainbow. So I'm going to skip him. And then we had the Peter Pan dog, Nana, and what was released Monday? Bolt. So I will probably do all 5 of those. So not Stitch or Dante, but the other 5. And that's how far I got on that. I was very happy to finish that Sunday. And then there were forest fires across the road, like a quarter mile away. So our road was blocked off on Sunday, and we didn't go to church because we couldn't get anywhere. But I did get a lot of ATCs done. And so you'll see that no more actual like flip stitching. But got some of my ATCs done, and I'm catching up on posting them on Instagram, which is, right now that's basically the only thing on the account. It's AmyClarissa_Allegro Stitches. If you want to follow there. You might see them ahead of the video. You might not. Depends. It depends on how I'm keeping up that week or not keeping up. In the case of the VBS week. So what else did I do? That was Monday. Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll get back to that. Last night, I'm just going to go in order of what I have here. Last night, I grabbed an ABC bag. I have 2, and the one I grabbed had Tatty Teddy in it. So I worked on Tatty Teddy at the soccer game. There we go. This is from Cross Stitch Crazy Christmas 2018. And I'm almost done with the teddy bear. I have just a little more teddy bear here to finish his foot, and then like connect his body right here. And then I need to finish the ribbon, but this ribbon he's pulling over is because he's tying up this present right here, which I have not even started. I did start a little bit of brown last night, which was nice. That is for the spool that the ribbon is coming off of. That was fun. That's where it is though. This is for my special Advent project that I have all in my head, and I'm starting to get supplies for. So that should be a fun finish, but I gotta stitch it first. And the fabric is a slate blue 32 linen that I dyed to make it darker. It's obviously not slate anymore. And I'm pretty sure I dyed it with Rit dyes, black, purple, and navy. So I get my dark colors like this. I might have the proportions written down. I'd have to look it up. Yesterday I decided not to stitch on actual stitching, like cross stitching. I decided I was going to do something different because today's my birthday. So I figured yesterday I can do whatever I want because it's basically my birthday, right? Not quite, but I know. But I wanted to work on my Stitch Pink blocks. I'd only done 2, and so I did several. I've got several here. Stitch Pink was by Moda, came out in October in support of Breast Cancer Month, and it was free. I think it's still free. I think I was able to link this last time I talked about it. They had a little cross-stitch design that came out at the same time-ish. There was one block a day for 30 days, and so I don't remember which day the cross-stitch was released. But I did a little portion of it on an ATC way back in the beginning, like in the first 10. So I had found these fabrics on 123 Stitch and showed them to my mom. And I was like, oh, aren't these batiks beautiful? What could we get with them? And one of us, maybe both of us, were like, oh, we should do the Stitch Pink. And so we're doing pinks and purples. So pretty. So pretty. And this block I actually sewed together this morning because I had the like little units and then basically just 9-patched it together this morning because it hadn't gotten done before the soccer game last night. Same thing with this one. Actually, something went wrong with this one and Mom had to bring me white to finish these flying geese units that are around the edge. This is very, very pale pink coming in from the corners. A nice basic star. I don't remember what the names for any of these are, which block was which number. I don't think it really matters that much. If you want to check it out, you can go look at the link in the description. Whoops, that was upside down. This one is like a picture block. This is a thistle. All pinks and purples, so nothing's going to be super realistic. There's a house block later. It's pink. That was one of the very first blocks I did. I think this was the first block I did. Yeah, I can like show you point by point by point. Are they all perfect? I don't know. This is my birthday quote. I'm keeping it. If it's perfect, great. And if it's not, I'm not really taking it out. If something happens and a pleat would happen, I can't live with that. And actually, I did take a tiny bit out, just a little tiny section this morning on, it was way back here. This one right here, which I love. Nope, just kidding. Not that one. It's right next to it. The other one I finished this morning. Because one of these corners right here was just way too far off and I couldn't live with it. But if you get the overall idea, like if you look here, this one's not all the way to the corner. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's just for me. It's just for fun. As perfect as it is, I will enjoy it regardless. I already have batting and backing for this. I've got binding for this. I've got everything. I just need to sew it together. So this was my fun thing yesterday. Yes, it was. I had to finish those 2 blocks this morning because I was finishing the Hello July and August. I showed one last week and I completely forgot to take pictures of them. So I guess I don't need to edit today because I can't put pictures in because I don't have pictures. But they turned out really, really good. I put the buttons on them and some of them I glued on, cut the shanks off and actually glued onto the fabric, and other ones I used the shank for. And they turned out really cute. I found a nice bow for the one, and the second one, she already has the polka dot bow I would have sent her, so I didn't send a bow with it, but I really wanted to get those in the mail because I kept forgetting to send them off, and I got that done last night, which is why I had to finish those other 2 blocks this morning. But someone asked how I finished them, so I'll run through that really quickly. I actually am using sticky board from Fat Quarter Shop on those, and I just buy the biggest sheet, and I can get 6 months on each sheet. And for the series, I also bought a 1/2 yard of white. I think it was just plain white, 32 count Lugana. I got that from Cross Stitching Supplies. It was like $22. I had to throw a couple of little things in for free shipping. And that's doing the entire year. I'm not buying any of the buttons. I already went through my buttons last December when I decided I was going to do the series and picked out buttons for every single month. And now I just make sure the colors coordinate with the buttons. Stitch it up. Cut my board to 6.5 by 6.5. And my actual fabric, stitching fabric, is 9 by 9-ish. Just cut that half into 12. You can cut it into a fat quarter first, and then 2 by 3 is 6, and it cuts nicely to about a 9 by 9 piece of fabric. And I just sticky board it, glue the back two sides. Usually I do the top and bottom. Like fold them up, glue them in place, and then I take the little quilting clips, the Wonder Clips. If you get the actual brand, they're so much cheaper on Amazon. Buy them on Amazon. Don't bother getting the actual brand. They're the exact same thing. And I clip that with the flat side up. So if it has a colored side, usually they're colored, that's on the bottom, and it's kind of like holding it up. That way my embellishments, like it doesn't get weird and it keeps it level. And then I'll put glue on, fold the other two sides up. So the sides, not the top and bottom, the other two edges, glue them down, clip them in place, and I'll just let it dry. If I've done it ahead of time, which I usually do, it's just like overnight, do it before bed. Not a big deal. I think I did it for like an hour or two last time because I kept forgetting to finish them, and I really needed to get them sent off. This will be the first time ever, all year, that they've been late. Hopefully not too late. Then, once they're dry, take off the clips. I haven't had any trouble with them leaving little marks on the fabric. And I haven't been putting any batting or anything. That's how I did it when I first started 6 months ago. It's amazing how much you learn in even 6 months. So that's how I'm doing it for the whole series. Take off the clips. Should be good to go. It looks fine on the front. And then on the back, it's just the bare board and then, you know, like your board or a fabric that you've glued down. And I take a piece of felt, basic craft felt. I got it on the bolt, so by the yard. Just got like a 1/4 yard each of random colors. When I got it, I was like, oh, let's get pink and a couple of greens and some black and white and orange and yellow, and maybe I have another color. I don't think I have any kind of blue. I don't have a purple. Like I didn't get red. Like just got some random colors, and it was on sale probably for $2.99 a yard, so it didn't cost very much. And then I used some what's it called? Heat and Bond, probably light. There's different Heat and Bonds. It was probably Heat and Bond light, and I just pressed it to the back. So now when I need to finish one of these stitches, I cut a usually 5 by 5, sometimes 5.5 by 5.5, whatever I'm feeling, and then I can press it onto the back side of the month. It's not rocket science. You just press it and hold till it's adhered. And the iron setting is the trickiest part of that because you don't want it to be too hot. If it's too hot, then it will just like freak out the materials, and it seems to deactivate the glue for some reason. It just it turns a little bit crunchy and doesn't work. So you kind of just have to be patient and melt it on without it being too hot. That's the hardest part. And then it's done, and she can clip it to her little board that I made at the beginning of the year. So maybe when all of them are done, if she would be so kind to send me photos for the ones I forgot to photograph, I can put a little, here, I finished this series. It's one of my accomplishments or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I did for those. I did a little more finishing that I'm not going to show you right now. And that's all I did for stitching, except for the ATCs. So last week I had done the elephant. I told you I was going to do some sort of like a little night scene with charms. I could not get the charms to look right. I have some different stars. I have a few different moons. It wasn't working. So you just got a couple of flat star buttons, and I used the same glue that I used when I was finishing Hello August. It's I don't know what it's called actually. It's a fabric glue, but it's supposed to be for adhering like anything to fabric. I'll have to bring it up next time and show it to you, because I forget what it's called. I think maybe it's an Aleene's, but it's not like the regular tacky glue. It's a fabric glue. It's different, so I'll have to remember to bring that next time. But here is from last Tuesday, finished elephant from Highland Moor Blackwork group on Facebook. This is also from the Highland Moor Blackwork group on Facebook. This little sloth, and I decided to try 2 strands. The tree looks very natural, doesn't it? Yeah, but I wanted the sloth to be kind of fluffy. It works. And then I just finished it like a little present. Some twine, ribbon, whatever. I found it in my bag of ribbon bits and a gold charm. Love having all the colors. I'll try to remember to link those again too. Love having all the colors. And then for my big bag of charms, from Amazon. I found the snowflake, and I had decided to stitch a quick little penguin. This piece of fabric was, okay, so from here, like that. That was my little remnant of fabric that I stitched this guy on. I mean, I can use fabric of all sizes. So, again, from the Highland Timber Blackwork group, they have so many designs on there. I could have stitched the entire week of this group, but I just decided to stop with this guy. I framed him in a white glitter fabric and then did like this little specialty stitch. It's one of the built-in stitches on my machine. Number 5, I think. It doesn't matter. He's just stitched in 310. Put a little charm on it. There we go. Now this one was not stitched in 310 in 15 minutes. This one I actually worked on Friday. That's why I didn't have anything Friday. Yes, I did. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This was Friday. I worked on Fairy Roses. Oh, I know. Fairy Roses, that style was before VBS. So I worked on that before we went to VBS. And then we went to VBS, because I'm sure I worked on this at VBS. That's what I worked on that day. Hi, buddy. Did you give me that paper?
Not yet.
Okay. This is from a design by Stitchy Pros. I saw it on Bendy Stitchy, Michelle Garrett, Flosstube last week. Words. And this is the fob pattern that goes with the scissor case that's sunflower themed. Don't let autofill help you out on that, because it went to the wrong email, and by the time I found it, and she had helped me find it because I'd waited days and couldn't find it. Thank you, buddy. I don't know what had happened, but the link thought too much time had passed or something or other, and when I clicked it, it was like, no, your download limit has been reached. What? I just found this. How can my download limit have been reached? So I rebought it. It's $2, and it supports, let's see if I wrote it down, because I cannot remember. I think it's 7 letters. No, I put it on Instagram. My phone died. Check Instagram, or I will link her shop, and you can see directly what it supports. It's a good cause, and like I said, it's only $2, and you get both charts. And I've only started stitching one of them, so I had to change it a little bit because this is a bigger design. It's square. It didn't fit, so I had to alter it. Yeah, I love how this turned out. Mom suggested doing like a little back stitch around it, and once one side happened that way, I just made sure to go through the exact same stitches all the way around, like the exact same holes. So it made the same stitch lines all the way around the star. And I only used a few colors on that. I used the greenish color in the middle. It's actually a gray. See that? That is 646. And then I used 839 for the brown, 3822 for the bit of yellow in the middle. And then I was at Mom's house, and I didn't pick up the claret that was called for, and I knew I'd like gotten together when I threw everything in my bag. Somehow I missed it. It was still on the table when I got home. So she had this bit of red, random red, in her box of DMC, and I was like, oh, that'll look nice. So I pulled open my color card, because I've been posting on Instagram what I use every day, and it's either a 304 or a 326. I'm not really sure. But it doesn't match the claret, because here's Saturday's card, and that's the claret. This is redder, this is pinker. So this is the exact same chart, but a different portion of it. See, I stitched through the center this time instead of bringing the sides in. So this is the center portion. I actually really like it this way. I haven't stamped the back of this. I don't know which way I want it to go. So either way, it's nice. And I flipped the colors. I did use a green this time. I used Chop Chives from Classic Colorworks here because I have just a little bit left. So I'm just using it up in little random places until it's gone. So I used it on the outside of the star here, and then on the inside on this one. And then I did the same thing with the yellow. I used the inside yellow, outside yellow. All the, they're not stars. All the hearts are the same. And the little bit of gray is now like a little border, which I had to do twice because, you know, I started it the right amount and then went too close partway around and had to go all the way back and whatever. Is there a little bit of brown? Yeah, there's a little bit of brown in this one too. The little ring is in brown. Yeah, so that was nice too. And they're a lovely little set. All right. Then on Sunday, we did go in the morning. And Sunday morning, we had the like wrap up of VBS. So our theme this past week was boot camp. My son loved it. They did all sorts of army stuff. And so I stitched from Stitch People, Army, this little private right here who's not wearing his hat, but my son really wanted it to look like him, even though it's an adult. And so I used the, I think it's 3045, 3046 blend for his hair because it looks just like Danny's. I forgot to stitch his eyes in when I was doing his face. If you're familiar with Stitch People, they always just have a black X for an eye. So I went back and made knots for his eyes because I wasn't about to take his face out. Stitched on a little bit of detailing for his uniform. Gave him the brown boots that kind of, well, matched the ones from VBS, but also they match my son's new brown boots for church. They're very cool. They look like they lace up and they have like this elastic. It's so cool. I love them. I think someone gave them to us, but they are really cool. And if I could buy them in black, I would. So I just freehanded Boot Camp 2021 because I forgot that this was an adult. And so I was thinking he was a little person. He was going to stitch up to be about that tall. So I, wanted to center him in my space. I'm like stitching the leg going, I hope I left enough room for this. I'll show you how I do this in a second. And then I got my backing ready with the paper. You can hear it in there. Put it on upside down. So now I got to figure out how to fix this guy. I'll keep you updated. Monday, Sarah was going through a box of stuff that she had gotten, like a $20 surprise box or something. I don't remember exactly what she paid for it, but there was a lot of great stuff in there. Linen, a whip, of a Nora Corbett angel, a bunch of stocking charts, and little freebies. This one was from 1998, and I messed it up too. I did the whole border. I was like, this is going to be great. Figured out where it would be centered and was going to do this up higher. And I'd actually started it up higher. And then I was talking to my mom about 10 stitches in. I was like, oh, I should do Lady Bug because that was in the chart. It's from 1998, Hillside Samplings. I have no clue if it's still available. I guess I'll look, and if it is, I'll link it. But I was going to put the bug up here and then Lady Bug. I was like, oh, I should do it centered and then do Lady Bug. Except, after I took out those 10 stitches and restarted it, I didn't have it centered. And I didn't realize it until it was done. And I went to add Lady Bug. And I looked at it and went, well, that's not centered. Well, I'll just put Bug down here and Lady over here and make it kind of look, hopefully, like it was supposed to be that way. I don't know what I was thinking Monday. I was off. Done too much housework or something. It was too small. Like, this space is too small for the letters. They were 6 stitches high. I tried them at 5 stitches high. They didn't work out. And I don't think they would have fit right here either. So I just ended up freehanding Bug 2021. It's fine. It's fine. But, see if I unfold this. You can see I've marked off 3x4 sections. Still trying to figure out how I'm going to do a tutorial for this. I think I might have to get a new tablet stand that can hold it like down. So that was my space. And sometimes I just take the ruler as I'm stitching these, what are these, Smyrnas? Adrian? They're not eyelets, so I think those are Smyrnas. Anyway, I'll just be stitching along them. I'll hold up a ruler and be like, oh, I need another stitch. Yep, that's good. So then I'll turn. So I make this part about 2x3. That's like my sweet spot for finishing them into ATCs. And then this sweet flower here is from a Lindy Stitches freebie that she sends for your birthday. I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't think that happened last year. Pretty sure that didn't happen last year, but it did this year because we got home from the soccer game and I was checking emails to see if the next thing had come yet. and it hadn't. But I was already starting to get birthday emails, and the one from Lindy Stitches had more to this. It had a lot more. This is supposed to be in a spool, which would make it this big. And then there's a bird over here, and there's a little like corner thing over here of specialty stitches, which of course instantly drew me. But I want it to fit on an ATC. So this is basically the chart. It's a little bit different because I messed up somewhere in here, and so it's like a row off up here, whatever. And this is probably too long because, you know, I didn't have the spool that I was sticking it in, and I wanted it to fill the space. Almost filled it too much, but I think it's going to be perfect. The plan is, after I stitch it around, to get probably beads, because I don't think I have sequins. I think sequins would look kind of cool, but I don't think I have sequins. So I'll probably grab 3 beads. It's supposed to have like 3 stamens here. So I will come up and go around, somehow attach a bead to the end, and it will like go all the way to the edge. And it's supposed to look really cool. And, you know, in my brain, it looks really cool. Hopefully it ends up that way. A little bit will probably get trimmed off the bottom here because this is 3x4 and I only need it 2.5 by 3.5. But it's easier to hold. That way I don't have to be exactly in the center. I can square it up later. Look, I've got room for one for today. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for my birthday stitch. I've never actually started anything on my birthday. This will be a first, and it's going to be a really quick one. So, speaking of, I put this Happy Mail on top of the next thing. So I'm going to show you this next. This is from Betty. Completely unexpected. I got this night before last because we weren't headed to the soccer game when I found it on the front porch. I had no clue what the box was, and then when I found this card and saw the party hat, I knew she'd send it for my birthday. It was so sweet. Thank you so much. And I love that you sent me things that I can't get up here because we don't have Hobby Lobby. So I know this is Hobby Lobby, right? Sewology. It's the thimble things. So cute. And I've been wanting to put together a little bag to keep in the car. So I'm never without a needle or needle minder or scissors. I know I've just bought so many scissors. Maybe I'll add these. She sent me these really cool rainbow ones. Aren't those amazing? So I can use this needle tin and the scissors and put those in my bag for the car because I would throw things together and take it to VBS or like on the car when we ran in the car when we ran errands Saturday or something like that. And half the time I don't have one of the 3 things I just mentioned. So that also happened Monday at VBS. I could have stitched Monday, but I forgot a needle. I like grabbed what I was going to stitch, and I had borrowed the needle for Sunday night's ATC, and I hadn't put it back. So no stitching VBS Monday. That's why I have 2 new dresses and a sweater downstairs, because Prime Days were happening. So I was on Amazon. Anyway, I also bought a little bag to put the stuff in. So these are probably going in there. Of course, I have to make them a fabulous fob, which I'm doing tomorrow with Sarah. This little needle tin, this is heavier than I imagined it would be. Like when I first saw it in the box and then picked it up, I was like, oh, it's got some weight to it. Really cute. Or I could use one of these. Like, aren't these cool? They're like a cardboard tube with paper covering. I don't know. They're so cool. And I have no clue where these are from. Oh, it says Hobby Lobby. Right there in the little address on the back. They don't even ship up here. So, love having these. I'm not exactly sure where all these will go. But what a pretty set. Thank you so much. And this is also from Hobby Lobby. Look. Can you see that this is purple? I love purple. Thread spool sticky notes. 450 pages. This thing is serious. Look at that. No. I'm not sure what I'm going to use these on. I was like, oh, I could use these for lessons when I'm teaching music. These are not music related. I might just have to put one to my All-American and put the note on what fabric I'm using or stuff like that. They're so cool. I don't think I should run out very soon. Love it. And then she also sent me, oh, that's why I put this on top. There was a method to my madness when I set up. She also sent me these 4 purples, which I already have a plan for. Because the colorful cat this year for birthdays is called Celebrate. And it's kind of got a rainbow effect to it. It's got these pinks, the yellows, the blues. I'm missing one blue. That's coming in my birthday package from Sarah, which should be here today. Green, minty greens, and then these ending colors. I can't put green in my birthday cat. Green is like one of my least favorite colors. So I needed 4 greens, gradiated light to dark. And these are the 4. She tied them up with a cute little purple ribbon too. But when I was picking colors this morning, it's like Flosstube doesn't need to see that. She knows how cute they were. I know how cute they were. Now they're getting put into a project. So this is going to be, oh, my phone died. Celebrate from Kitty and Me Designs. And I was going to bring you last year's cat so I could show you. Cupcake. She only offers them free for 1 year, like is it mid-May to mid-May? Or do they just announce it mid-May and it starts the 1st of June? That might be true. They announce it mid-May and it starts the 1st of June. Last year her cat was Cupcake. I'll show it to you next week. I'll write that down to show it next week. And it was pink and brown. I stitched it pink and purple because it's mine. And changed the eyes because it was all pink and brown. The eyes were brown. And then the fur was pink and brown. So I changed mine to pink and purple, and then the eyes are like this beautiful kind of aqua blue. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love how mine turned out, and I was going to bring it and show it to you because I have stitched that one. 2 spools of Krynic. It was my first time using Krynic, and I didn't mind. I've used it since. It's okay. Like, we're friends. We may not be besties, but we get along okay. I don't mind it, and it looks so fabulous. So I'll bring that to show next time. Show Cupcake. She was just released, literally just released, maybe 2 days ago, maybe just yesterday. I think it was just yesterday in the Kitty and Me Etsy shop. So I will link the Facebook and the Etsy. Link Facebook and Etsy in case you want to see her. But come back next week and I'll show you mine. She looks very different, but I have trouble stitching things like they're supposed to be. So I printed that off. She needs to be put in a bag on a beautiful thread organizer, floss keeper, whatever you want to call them. I like the round wooden ones. If you've watched before, you know that. So I'm going to get her all set up as soon as that 6th blue comes in. I know that's a lot of blues. She's going to look so pretty. I'm so excited. Not that I have nothing else to do. I bought myself on Stash and Loading a couple new charts. They were just too good a deal. Like, look how cool that one is. This is all stuff that goes inside of this. And there's that strawberry. It's really, really cool. And I love looking at Victoria's Sampler because it has all the specialty stitches. So, I need to try that too. Maybe, I should stitch this as my birthday ATC. I wonder if that would fit. Maybe. I'm looking for stuff right now when I'm stitching on the 14 count. That's about 30 by 40, just in case you're curious and wanted to have an idea of what size. What else? Oh, I need to announce the winner. I wrote that right here. I have everything around me and I'm covering stuff that I shouldn't have been covering. The coffee, workbook, and slightly misshapen. Where are my words today? Bead spot. Good grief. So I've got the vinyl on it. Yep, right there. Sticky, sticky. So, who won this? Amy Wickhouse? Wyckouse? Amy. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. Wyckhouse. So, email me, allegrostitches@gmail.com, so I can get this in the mail to you. You have 2 weeks to claim. And I'll draw another winner. If you're overseas, let me know that. Please format your address the way I need to put it into the mail program. Like, instead of one long line, this, then this, then this, then this, then this. However it needs to look when I put it into the program. Because otherwise I have to spend time like figuring things out, and it's just not going to make me want to do giveaways. So, email me with your address in the correct format within 2 weeks, and I'll get this in the mail to you. I think that's all I have. Going to Mom's today for lunch, and soccer practice tomorrow. Like, it's supposed to be a pretty normal week. If you're wondering about the weather, I know I am very northwest, but we don't have the 100+ degrees that Washington, Oregon are having. I think it hit 70 yesterday, and it was kind of overcast and windy. So I actually wore like a hoodie most of the day because it was cold, and I was working downstairs making quote blocks, and so it was like 60s and I was freezing. So it is not super, super hot. It looks like mid 70s already today. It's beautiful. It's sunny. It's supposed to be nice all weekend. Mid 70s to low 80s. So should be beautiful. We'll probably be spending a lot of time outside. My chocolate mint is huge. I call it my chocolate forest. My apple mint's doing great. I have this beautiful begonia out on the grill that just blooming and blooming and blooming and blooming. The petunias at the end of the drive are pots full of pink blossoms. It's just so beautiful. And my rhubarb probably needs harvested again. I made jam out of that last time, which was, that may have been 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I need to harvest that again. And the barley's doing great. We've harvested some radishes. Yeah, it's a lovely time of year. We're really enjoying it. And we're definitely staying busy. So I will show you my busy part of the week, stitching-wise, next week. And for now, I'm going to say have a happy Wednesday. See you soon.